Hi guys, good morning. This is Vidisha Vitlani and I wish you all a very happy Saturday. And as you know, the festivities are creeping in and so are the dates for exams, and I have lot of students like just running last minute that okay, they have like 10 days left, they have 15 days left, and they're like preparing for the exam. So I know how it feels. And I know there's this whole buzz of festivities, of exams. Finally, the winters are setting in. Everything is like sort of returning to normal. And it feels so good. And thank you so much for joining me this morning. It is an amazing feeling to have you all here. Whatever questions you have, please post here in the chat box. If there's any component you're facing difficulty in, if there's any component you want me to talk in, if there is anything you need to know before exam, please post it in the chat box and I will answer it for you for sure. Yeah, so, and I'm so sorry I skipped the last Saturday. I was traveling and enjoying my vacation, so that ways. Any which ways, let's do this. What I am doing today is giving you the basic tips and strategy. So first thing first, like let's say you decide you have to give an IELTS exam. What do you do about it? The first thing that you do about it is understand the format very well. Now see, understand the IELTS format is very simple. Like if you consider other exams like PTE or then there's TOEFL, the format is quite simple. Hi, Hardik, you want work visa for Australia? You can directly contact our visa team. They will definitely be very happy to help you. I unfortunately only take care of education, so I won't be able to guide you. So I'm so sorry on that. You can definitely contact our visa team. Right, so the first thing that you do is you understand the format of it. Like how does the entire exam go? Like what is the sequence? Like what are the subjective skills? What are the objective skills? So as you know, their objective skills are basically listening and writing, and objective skills are reading and listening, and subjective skills are writing and speaking. The next thing that you do is you decide on your target score. That what is the score that you're aiming for? Is it a 6.5? Is it a 7? Is it a 7.5? Is it an 8? Whatever it is, okay? So that is something you can definitely go for, right? Then once you're done with that, you start on your days. Like for example, how many days do you actually have to give your exam? Do you have a month? Do you have 20 days? Do you have 2 months? Are you supposed to give the exam after 6 months? When are you going to give the exam? Once you're going to give your exam, then you have to decide on creating a timetable. That is so important. Like creating a timetable is the most important thing, because what you actually do is you end up procrastinating things if you don't. So that is something important. Another thing is there are multiple publications. The next step comes like there's Cambridge, there's Barron's, there is Oxford, there is Test Plus series, there are IELTS Mock Tests available online, the multiple, like there's so many, there's like a bed of books available online. So what you have to do is you have to select that how are you going to sequence it. So for that you will have to pick a proper tutor who can guide you according to your abilities. That okay, you can first start with Cambridge, then go to Test Plus, whatever as per as your comfort zone. That is something that you have to do. Once you pick that up, then the next step is, I know I'm like going 1, 2, 3, 4, but this is actually my style of teaching, and this is something that is called micro planning. You need to plan exact things that okay, I have so many days, I have to cover so many books, I'll take the sequence, I'm going to score this much, and then it definitely happens. And I am not kidding you on this. Hi Viral, what's up? Good morning. Right, so that's what I'm trying to say. Thank you Harnish, thank you so much for the reply. Right, so I know this is like a lot to take in, like there's so much to do. Why can't I just sit and open my book and start studying? But no, sorry, you can't do that. You have to like plan properly, because if you don't, you will be like super lost, which obviously neither you neither me want. So that is why that planning thing is very, very important. So whenever a student comes, it's like 15-20 minutes, I'm literally racking a brain like, okay, how much do you want? Where are you from? What do you do? Stuff like that. And then definitely you will say that. When will borders open? Even I want the borders to open. Yeah, I want to travel, but I can't help it now. Sorry. I don't know when the borders will open. Yeah, so coming back to my planning. Right, so that's why the planning is important. So whatever your plans are, why don't you guys actually post it in the chat box and I tell you it's a good plan or not, or at least tell me like how many days you have. I can refer the books, you can just study, and that will be helpful. I think that is something that really works. Okay, the next thing is that you have to work on the objective skills and the subjective skills. Now when you're working for an objective skills, so let's say there are 40 questions, right? I have to decide that no matter what, I get 35 marks or more than 35 marks. So what you're going to do is start with question-wise practice or section-wise practice. A lot of students make this mistake that they take the whole thing, like they take the whole thing into consideration. They will study they will do the whole test, and once you're done, like, okay, I got 25, you're done, you go to the next test, you will go for another 25, you will go for another 25. You shouldn't do that, okay? So what you actually do is you start section wise or question type wise. So let's say today I'm starting to study fill in the blanks. You're going to do just fill in the blanks. Tomorrow you're going to do MCQs. You're going to do only MCQs. Next day you're going to do true false. You're going to do only true false. And then on the 4th or 5th day, try solving the whole test. Your result, will come up at least by 30%, and this is my guarantee. Like I train, that's why I can definitely guarantee into this. Try a question wise practice, your result will definitely go up. Okay, do the same for listening. Okay, and the next what you actually do is, when it comes to writing, please make sure there is somebody who is explaining you the correct format, the correct way of writing it, without just giving you a template to solve, because that is the most pathetic scene. The most pathetic thing that I've seen on the internet is a template for writing. I don't know, a lot of you have this habit of, asking, demanding for templates. Doesn't work. You're going to mess up with your scores. Please don't do that. Rather, understand the format properly and study. You will get better marks. So please, first things first, go understand the format of your writing. I have several videos on YouTube just describing the format of writing, so please go through them. They're like 1 hour long. It's like a whole lecture, so please go through them. Yeah, so then what you do is you understand the format of writing. After understanding the format of writing, make sure you're getting it corrected by somebody in your own city, not your friend who has given IELTS and passed IELTS, a proper certified trainer who's actually knowing what to do, who actually knows the band descriptors well. So please make sure that you get it evaluated. If you have nobody, we have an online evaluation services. I will be very happy to help you in case of that. So please go for that. There are our evaluation services and they are parallel to the actual exam. So whatever scores you get, they're very precise. I used to do that, so I know how much effort I've put in checking all those papers. So please make sure that whatever you're getting evaluated, you're getting evaluated by somebody authentic. Right. Now when it comes to speaking, this is like a question that everybody asks. Who do I practice speaking with? I don't have a partner. Can you practice with me? You'll find random people on Telegram, practice speaking with me. Don't worry, it doesn't work that way. What you can do is, again, you can pick up set. First things first, practice cue cards. When you're practicing cue cards, you can record your own cue card, you can listen to it, and you will get like a lot of things. Second thing what you can do is, you can give our online speaking exam. Third thing what you can do is, you can pick up, like you can ask questions to yourself, you can answer. What in speaking you need to do is, you need to be comfortable in your own, the more natural you are, the more you keep it as a conversation, the better marks you're going to get, right? So the more natural it is, the more better it's going to be. So keep it that way. You're not supposed to panic, okay? And speaking, make sure you're not like inserting a lot of big words, because it looks that you've mucked up. So please don't do that. You have to make sure that you are actually very natural. You have a good language, your vocab is good, but it's not like, okay, you cannot just go and show off your anything. And second thing, what you have to do is whenever you're speaking, you have to make sure that you're not faking an accent. You have to be very, very natural in your conversation. You cannot fake an accent there. You cannot fake up the entire thing there. Okay, so please don't blow this up. Make sure you have it properly. Right. So these are things I was actually telling you about how to prepare. This entire what I've told you till now is how to go about it. And still there's so much more. I can speak on it like for like half an hour and you'll be like, okay, this is so much before I actually begin. But it's important and I wanted you to know this. Before you go for the exam, you make sure that you properly learn how to transfer your answers, because it is the transferring of the answers sheet, that sheet is going to give you marks. So please make sure you do that. Second thing, whatever your difficulties are, make sure you sit with a friend, or you sit with a tutor, call somebody, clarify all your doubts, because that will give you confidence to go for your exam. That might not even be necessary, but at least you have your glitch cleared. You will have confidence. Third thing, please make sure that you're well prepared. It's a very long, strenuous test. Like the test lasts for like 2 hours 15 minutes. Plus you're there in the exam center way before. So you have to make sure that you're mentally very prepared to sit for that long. Right? Another thing you have to make sure is that you are actually fully concentrated, you're calm, you're peaceful right before the exam. Before the exam, another thing is if you're giving a paper-based test, please make sure that your handwriting is legible. You practice good handwriting. I'm not saying you're going to get extra marks for handwriting or something. What I'm trying to say is you have to be legible. The examiner should be able to understand what you've written, right? So these are some pre-exam tips that will, I think, really, really help you. So in general, this is what I'm saying, that this is all the important things that I thought you needed to know. So I'll just quickly sum it up for you. So the first thing, when I begin the lecture, what I was trying to tell you is that how planning is important, micro planning is important, preparing a schedule is important. Next, that when you go for exam, you just make sure that you know how to transfer answers, you know your format well, you know how to deal with the, IELTS exam well. That is going to be more than sufficient. So if you need any help, you can just call us on IELTS We're always there to help you. If you have any doubts, any queries, post it in the comment section and I will definitely reply to you. Meanwhile, plan your weekend well and plan your exam dates well and have a great weekend again. And I'm going to go. And again, if there are any doubts, please post in the comment box. And thank you so much for being here this morning, all of you. And